I wanted to talk about the job market, what other FANG companies are going through layoff. A lot of the content creator, news, magazines, however you want to call them, everyone tend to focus so much on the negative side of things, and people don't really talk about the positive. When I say positive, I don't mean let me give you some interview tip, because what you all need right now are not interview tip. What you need right now is to understand what our world is going through. So with further ado, if we're meeting for the very first time, my name is Holly Lee. I am a certified career coach. My goal is to live stream for you every single week and pump content for you while answering every single one of your career related and interview tip. You got question for me, I have an answer for you, and I am a founder and leadership coach with hollylee.co VIP coaching. Let me share my screen really quick here. This article came out yesterday from the CEO of Amazon himself, which is Andy. You can find this article directly on Amazon.com in their career page. You can also find this article and all the verbiage all over social media. Everyone's on them. All eyes on Amazon, right? What I do wanted to say is, yes, indeed, Amazon is still going through more layoff. What I wanted to show you is right here, guys. They do plan on eliminating over 18,000 roles. However, the majority of the role eliminations are from the Amazon stores and PXT organization. I'm thinking consumer retail, which is, I'm a little surprised about that, because even though we are going through layoffs and recession, people are still depending on Amazon. So I'm really surprised when I see Amazon store or consumer still laying off, knowing that they're still making revenue, maybe not as much as they used to, but they are. Good news. Good news. We talk about the bad for a second. Let's focus on the good here, okay? The good thing is, guys, are you ready for this? A couple of my VIP coaching members or clients actually brought this up to me earlier this week on Monday, that their Amazon offer, AWS specifically, went through. Yes, guys, hallelujah. A lot of them have offers since back end of November, beginning of December. They were told that headcounts are getting hold off, budget needs to be approved, so on and so forth. So I do see lights. I see that Amazon are moving some of the, I can't say all, because again, this is real lifetime data, so take it however it resonate with you guys. So offers are moving or slowly moving forward at AWS and Amazon. That's a good thing. If you all know me, if you just joined, make sure you smash the like button, because I want to continue doing all of this. Let's go to our next presentation. Okay, we are going to focus a little bit on the tech layoffs across the industry, which is Amazon, Salesforce, and other employer who's getting more cut. Here's a graph here for Meta. There are about 90,000 employees. You guys can see the graph of growth, number of employees from Meta. So Meta, with about 90,000 employees, are cutting 13% of their headcount. What does that mean? That means they're letting go 11,000 workers that will cut, not just technology, we're talking about tech and non-tech. And Facebook doesn't have any salary row, not that I've known of. Amazon, I know a lot of you guys are very interested in Amazon. Look at this, guys. 1.2% at an Amazon standard is a penny. It's no big deal. And we'll talk about hot positions and what position you should be looking for later on. Salesforce. Let's talk about Salesforce for a second here. Salesforce announced 10% reduction in staff, with the company nearly 80,000 global employees. I'm a big fan of Salesforce, so I'm hoping that eventually things will come back to light with Salesforce, and Salesforce isn't cheap. DoorDash laid off 6%. They are a food delivery platform similar to Uber Eats, Lyft, and Instacart, okay? They're reducing corporation staff by 1,250 employees, and 6% of that, it's really not that bad, but the organization, of course, is much smaller, right? If you guys haven't noticed, if any of you guys live in the city, you take Lyft or Uber, the price has actually doubled. I was shocked, because when I moved here to Arizona, the price is skyrocket, and I know that times are hard, everything is still going up. Snap Inc. Snap cut 20%. Around 1,200 of its 6,400 employees were dismissed. The company deals with the lowest period of sales growth since going public. I don't mean to sound negative here, but I like to share statistic and data. So a lot of the things I'm telling you guys are the data that I've collected and facts. Lyft. Did I not just talk about Lyft? I'm a huge fan of Lyft. 13% laid off. The technology company cut nearly 700 jobs. saying that it needed to reduce costs ahead of the choppy economic condition. Not that these companies can't afford to hire employees. I think they're kind of following the trend. When Amazon announced a layoff, suddenly everyone is going through the layoff. Telling you, follow the giant. Redfin. So Redfin cut off 13%. It closed the home flipping unit, saying that the operation was too expensive and too risky to continue. I've also heard back in November that they're cutting off sales agents at Redfin. Twitter, they are cutting 50%. Estimated that about half of Twitter's approximately 7,500 employees were laid off. Stripe was doing extremely well. 14% is really not a lot of big deal. The cuts will leave one of the world's most highly valued startups with a workforce of almost 7,000, okay? Let's talk about the good things. Let's just shut the door on the layoffs and everything that's going on. You guys saw the numbers, right? If you take a look cold-heartedly, if you look at all the data, Amazon is the only company who's only laying off 1.2%. That's a lot of employees because they have more employees in the workforce. But at the end of the day, it's 1.2. I do have faith in them. If I have faith in any company, it will be Amazon. I know that they've also let go a lot of the recruiting workforce. But when there's a recession, recruiter and HR is almost always the first to go. In the last recession, 2009, y'all remember that? I was there. I was a staffing lead. I was a manager for Microsoft at the time, and I was laid off. I was hurt. Last recession took about 10 years to bounce back. Now, this recession, I don't see Amazon taking 10 years to bounce back. I do not see that, but it could happen until end of 2023, okay? I do see them calming down. I hate using the word layoff and freezes. Amazon is just so big. Don't be frightened. I'll talk about where you should focus your energy towards the end. All right, let me share this. Talk about the good stuff. This is from the Adecco group, by the way. Adecco is a job search platform. If you're curious to know the job posting and whatnot, I would highly encourage you to check them out as well. So a list of the most in-demand skills in the future. I already know that. Number 1, data science and cloud computing. Of course, cloud computing goes hand in hand with data science, and cloud computing jobs ranges from architects, developers to data scientists. For instance, solution architect, even data engineers, data architects. I was just about to say artificial intelligence and machine learning, which is right here. Also computer vision, CVML and CS kind of go hand in hand together, okay? And also big data science. I'm going to stop right there. Right here, if you look at the top 3 bullets, that is really like the necessity. It's like the number 1 hard skill, because at the end of the days, guys, it doesn't matter what all of these organizations are building. Everything is on the cloud right now. It's kind of obvious. We're still working remote, right? Not a lot of the employers are going back in the office. Even if they do, it's hybrid. Everyone rely on cloud, hybrid cloud, integrations, migrations, consulting management company, financial industry, you guys name it, the government. So all of them need big data, AI, ML, cloud services. Don't be so fixated that you are fit for one position. Look at your tech jargon and your strength. Even like learning a different skill, these employers are more than happy to teach you because you already know, for instance, machine learning, right? If you know a lot of those stuff, you could be a fit in finding employer who are building like robots or hardware, gadgets. Another area is I'm going to do this for the non-tech, okay? Non-tech digital marketing and strategy. It's very big right now. Why? Because we're in a world of remote still. Digital marketing is where a lot of the organization, myself as a small person running my own company, generate business because we have to market. If no one knows us, no one's going to buy anything from us and don't know who we are. So digital world is very big right now during this time. Process automation. We have business development. Business development meaning sales. I feel like business development and digital marketing or marketing and strategy kind of go hand in hand together. Business development can also translate to account manager and account management, account executive, basically sales folk who's bringing in the bacon for this organization. If you're in marketing, a marketing manager, you could be a fit for all of this. If you are a digital transformation leader or manager, you can also be a fit for like business development and strategy leader. You are a fit for more than one position. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have all of this on your resume. If you don't already, I'll talk about that at the very end. All right, the last three, let's talk back to tech and more tech. Information security. I talked about security earlier. earlier. It doesn't matter what you do, you're tech or non-tech. Cybersecurity, it's huge, and information security, right? There's a lot of spammer on the internet right now. Talking about that, if you ever get a message from me on Instagram or Facebook or on YouTube, ask you for money to have you join any of my product or services or buy any of my digital course, that is not me. Not me. My email and my domain is always going to be hollylee.co. Okay? Software and application development, UI, UX, blockchain programming. Basically, if you can code, there's a job for you. Everything, Internet of Things. Let's say you don't have any of the skills up here. If you are a great problem solver, you have a college degree, or you've got at least 5 years, 10 years of industry experiences, there will be something for you, okay? You just have to find the right employer. For the most part, I feel like the expectation from the employer has gone up. You must have problem solving. Self-management is really self-motivation. Working with people. Right now, more than ever, you have to work with a lot of people, starting with interacting with different diversity, different walks of life. That's why I spend a lot of time talking about networking and reinventing your CV so that you can get yourself out there. If you want to be part of my community member, all you have to do is click join on any tier. Is $3.99 a month. You have access to everything, including my community tab with all of the templates. My advice is don't put all your eggs in one basket. I don't care who you're interviewing with. You should always have a lot more options. In the end, your dream company, it's Amazon and ABC company make you an offer. Are you going to stick around and wait for Amazon for 6 months and not have a job, or have a job that you know you're about to get laid off and your company's going through a lot of layoff? I would take the startup while I'm waiting for Amazon. You may end up loving the startup and don't want to go anywhere. I always like to believe that if there's value with the employer and employee, there's a common denominator, and people are not just going to be so stupid investing their time in screening so many candidates to give you an offer than to let you go in a few. However, if you guys are targeting startup, I would say avoid seed funding, meaning that the founder and co-founder use their own dime to fund that startup. Another thing is Series A. Series A to me is dangerous if they're not already profitable. One of the best questions to ask startup is, one, are they profitable? Where are their startup value at? And how much money they have left? I have joined a Series B before, and they have like 6 million or 5 million funding, like big all-time investor, to find out that 3 months later, the intention of hiring me is to put a severance package together to lay off like 50% of the workforce. That ain't cool. This is what I'm trying to tell you. When you guys are interviewing, before you sign that job offer, ask all of those questions. Are they profitable? If they're Series A or Series B, where are they at in getting funded or more fundings for Series C? And who are the current investor? Know what you're getting yourself into. By the way, my VIP coaching, which is right here, guys, it's tech and non-tech. It's 50% tech and 50% non-tech. Click on VIP and read all of the endorsement. You can feel that they're tech and non-tech. Of course, not everyone wants to write an endorsement. There's also video endorsement in VIP as well as a playlist on my YouTube, okay? I want you to listen and hear what everyone is struggling with, because a lot of these folks since 2020 have lost their job for a year and a half, 2 years. They came to me within 3 months, my VIP 90 days program, and boom, they have multiple offer in the Amazonians. This is during COVID when all of this happened. I believe that there's a lot of opportunities out there for us. You need to be open in taking those opportunities. This is my digital course. It is not public. It is for you guys. I would read through all of that. This is the first course, and the second course is very detailed. I will generally take 1 to 2 minutes, line by line, holding your hand like this, guys, okay, to tell you guys how to create the perfect branding. Because if you're going to reach out to network with your future potential hiring manager, guys, you need to have a CV and LinkedIn profile to look sharp. You need to show up sharp. You know, the first thing they're going to do is to look at your LinkedIn profile, right? I do think that Amazon is moving forward with their formal job offer with a start date now. For those who's been being pushed off of the on-site loop, or the on-site is canceled, or the offer is rescinded, meaning job offer is taken back. Now I'm seeing job offer moving forward. There's always a better opportunities out there for you. So help me help you get there, and I will see you next Tuesday.